In episode 5 of History of India, we will go with a brief work of knowing about South India during ancient and medieval Indian period. So, in a brief way. So, we have done with Harappan civilization, and on as contemporary to Harappan civilization, there are some civilizations coming up in South India at the same time, more or less. So, contemporaneous with the Indus civilization, food processing cultures extended down the Deccan. So, Deccan is that area which covers all of the central, east, and west bulk of the peninsular India. So, that is Deccan. And along with Indus Valley civilization on the northwest of India, there is also Deccan civilizations coming up at the same time, and by about 2300 BC. So, Indus Valley civilization was from 2600 BC to 1900 BC or 1800 BC. So, at around this period, that is around 2300 BC, South Indian civilizations or food producing civilizations like Indus Valley civilizations were coming up in South India as well. So, they had begun to adapt to the ecological conditions of the inland parts of peninsula. So, this part of India, which is all in Deccan, is all peninsular India, that is having three-sided water around it. So, this is the part of India that is having Arabian Sea on its west, Bay of Bengal on its east, and Indian Ocean on its south. So, this part of India, which is having three seas, two seas and an ocean, that means surrounded by water on all three sides, is peninsula. So, these inland parts around in this peninsula, they were all adapting to the ecological conditions of this part only from 2300 BC. So, this was the time or contemporaneous with Harappan civilization in the north. Archaeological evidence suggests that in the second half of the second millennium BC, that is second 2000 BC, that is around second half in the sense 2500 BC onwards, the settled Neolithic way of life had diffused to most areas in South India. So, we know Neolithic period, it was ranging from around 7600 to 3300 BC. So, that was Neolithic period, 7600 to 3300 BC. So, this meant earlier to Harappan period. And even Harappan period was having this Neolithic way of life and Chalcolithic way of life, using copper also. So, stone, copper, such things they were using. So, this Neolithic way of life from Harappan civilization, it has just diffused now into South India also from 2300 BC. Except Kerala. Kerala was left unexplored as early as that time, because there were very thick forests over there in Kerala. So, the forests were too thick to be controlled with Neolithic tools. We know what Neolithic tools were. They were even using metal even, but still these forests were not able to be controlled. So, Kerala was not diffused into, but all of this peninsular India was diffused into except Kerala. In Maharashtra and northern Deccan, so in these two places, agricultural economy was based on millets, pulses, oil seeds. So, these three things were famously farmed or cultivated in South India during that period. So, millets is nothing but cereals which we use today. So, this is a kind of grasses. So, that will be producing cereals which can be used as fodder food for animals or even human consumption. So, millets is a very famous food, and millets is grown in semi-arid tropics. Semi-arid tropics, that means in Asia mainly and Africa. So, we share millets with Africa. So, Asia and Africa being semi-arid tropics in this area, they grow millets more. So, South India has seen the growth of millets as early as 2300 BC, and pulses are also growing. So, pulses are dried seeds of legume plants. So, we use pulses, so many kinds of pulses, and oil seeds were also been grown then. So, millets, pulses and oil seeds were growing. Further down south, green gram, horse gram and ragi were the crops tended. So, even further south, in the sense Maharashtra and North Deccan were in the tip of peninsular India, in the upper part of peninsular India, and further south downwards into the tip here downwards we were growing green gram, horse gram and ragi. So, these are the famous things in the peninsular India. So, all that we need to know about South India or peninsular India during Harappan time, that was around 2300 BC. All that we need to know is There was agriculture then, but Kerala was not explored. There is Neolithic way of life then. So it actually started from around 2300 BC. That is the influx or the diffusion of people into South India. And in Maharashtra and northern Deccan, millets, pulses and oilseeds were grown. And further south into maybe this part of Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, Tamil Nadu, around this area, this is famous for green gram, horse gram and ragi. So this is all we need to know about South India regarding ancient and medieval period of Indian history. Thank you.